Hey there, welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph and I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So this is my series, which is my favorite albums of 1980. We're coming in with a decent one today, a bit different for this person. Usually they were more of a hard rock, kind of pop rock kind of guy, with some somewhat creepy songs into their repertoire and a fairly extensive stage show. But in this case, he went a little new wave-ish, and we're talking about Alice Cooper, and the album is Flush the Fasion. This was an album I liked quite a bit when I first got it, even though it wasn't really Alice Cooper. It was very different from what he'd been doing, but I hadn't heard anything he had done before, or very little of what he had done before, so for me, I didn't have a problem with it. Anyways, it's not as popular with me as it was then, but it has some really good, decent tracks. My favorites: Talk Talk, Clones, Aspirin Damage, Model Citizen, Dance Yourself to Death, and Headlines. Those are the ones I like. The other songs: Pain, Nuclear Infected, Grim Facts, and there's a couple of others. I can take or leave them. It doesn't really matter. The thing I like on Talk Talk is it starts the album off. It's very beat oriented. Bom bom, bom bom, bom bom. It got a lot of energy, that song, and it's fairly heavy. And of course, very new wave-ish. The second song, Clones, of course, is the big hit off of the album. We Are, So We Are, it's called. So We Are, Clones. Pretty different song for him, but I didn't notice any difference. To me, it was just what he said. Okay, so, yeah, pretty heavy beat, pretty heavy riff, pretty cool kind of keyboard draw bang at towards the middle of the song. I think it's a pretty interesting song. Then we get Aspirin Damage, another heavy riff, a nice keyboard and guitar bit together. Then we have Model Citizen, another heavy guitar and drums. I like all the heavier tracks on the album, pretty much. Dance Yourself to Death. The lyrics are kind of funny, and so that drew me in, and the guitars are pretty heavy on it, so it's not a bad tune either. And then the last track on the album, which is called Headlines, lots of riffing on the guitar, lots of cool melodies and stuff like that. The overall feel of the album is very, very kind of new wave-ish, but I get a punk undertone to it. Like, it's kind of punky new wave. That's the way I look at it. Now that, in retrospect, having listened to some of his older stuff before that, I would say it's an attempt by a rock musician to try to change himself into a new wave, and it's kind of lacking in some areas on that particular thing. But overall, a pretty decent album. Probably ranked higher on my favorite albums of 1980. Probably came in a little bit later. It's coming here on the 18th. Then probably should have been back a little bit further, but on the strength of 2 or 3 numbers, it pushed itself up here. So for October the 18th, my series album is Flush the Fasion by Alice Cooper. I hope you liked this episode, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And then we'll be back on Thursday the 19th in the morning for number 19 on our show. This one will be a live one. So take care, have a good evening, and we will see you then.